Good morning, bike packers. It's Sunday morning in Khang Han, and we're finally getting off of Highway 13 for a while. This is Highway 10. Maybe you notice some subtle differences. I don't know. Wider, separated lanes. Doesn't mean there's going to be any fewer scooters coming right at you, but I'm thinking that they're not be coming across to dodge any potholes. We're on our way to Toula. It's not very far. It's only like 15 kilometers, but there's a lot to see along the way. So we'll keep you keep this rolling till we run out of town. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm way faster than you. Out of my way. Out of my way. That guy up there is just horn happy, that's all. Good morning, door prize. I don't really know what to make of all these hammer and sickle flags. They're ushering in a new age of communism in Laos. I don't know. But you remember that's the old symbol for the Soviet Union, which hasn't been around for over 30 years. Restaurant. Maybe it was a restaurant. Tartan Tor Tum. Yeah. Oh, there's a scooter parked in there, so I don't know. Buddhist temple there off to the left. And a tuk-tuk march. Upstart competition, hello, to 7-Eleven, I guess. I don't need anything there right now. My guest house last night had a mini fridge that worked very well, air conditioner that worked very well, oscillating fan, awesome oscillating fan, good pressure on the shower, hot water, maybe not as hot as you can stand it, but warm. sausage. Oh, I had a bad sausage last night. I'm going to buy some street food because it had gotten late. Couldn't find any open restaurants that were, you know, like within a couple of kilometers. So there's this roadside place set up like a buffet, you know, with the steam table trays, except, you know, the ones that have sterno underneath them. Those ones. On your left, sir. And there was just all manner of food in there, so I said, oh yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a couple of those, one of those. And took it back to my hotel room, guest house room, and started chowing down. The noodles were awesome. The fried chicken was awesome. But the sausages, one was just a greasy mess, and the other one was drier than a dog turd, been in the sun a few weeks. So that's it for me and sausage. We're done. Until I get to a Costco with a bratwurst. That's a few months off yet. Bit of curb shy area. That might be a restaurant or a guest house or both. Don't know. Like I said, the lot's only well, it's less than 15 kilometers now. So I'm not hungry now, just still kind of turned off from last night's supper. Well, yesterday afternoon it was only like 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. But you know, that's the end of the day for a lot of people, especially the vendors that have been out there since the crack of 10 a.m. I don't know, maybe they sold out by that time. Maybe it's a well-known fact that people have just been habituated to them closing at 4:30 or 5. Probably it's because they're out of food, because people think it's a big rush because it's almost 4:30, pushing 5. I better get down there and buy every last morsel they have so they can go home like everyone else. Might have been like that, I don't know. Might even be local law. So we're probably out of Khang Han by now, because it looks like another brand new village coming up over here. You know, that's separated by a little bit of green belt. There's your Home Depot. Yeah, I did a little exploration this morning before we started recording, just to see what was, you know, like further south down Highway 13. You know, maybe start the video up there, then come back and turn on to Highway 10. But there wasn't anything special up there, just more of the same. Nothing that was too cool not to record, so We started at once around Highway 10 and saw what we were dealing with. And this is nice. This is so smooth. Biggest chunk of gravel I've seen is about 5 millimeters instead of 50. Now I'll just get the most out of my ceramic bearings. I'm going to do some cool down coasting. Oh, see? There's always someone. There's always blowing in the wind, buddy. Play blowing in the wind. Man, I saw one of those cargo bikes loaded up yesterday. It was actually a part of my route that I was pushing up a hill because it was so bloody steep. And he had that thing loaded down with 4 sacks of something heavy. Because it was just smoking going up that hill. And by the time I got to the top, he was still there, letting his bike cool off. He was down in this rain trench, I guess, or runoff trench, trying to scoop up a little bit of water, but there's no water running through it because, you know, it hasn't rained in 2 days. Yeah. Not so much appliance repair as appliance dump. This is another guest house, a farm, cafe, and restaurant. Sorry, we don't do farming or cafe no more. An air-conditioned Home Depot with a mini mart in case you need a beer at 8 o'clock in the morning. As yeah, in Thailand, they're not allowed to sell beer at convenience stores until after 5 p.m. Maybe that's just Monday to Friday. I'm not sure, but you go into any store that has a, you know, like a cooler wall with all the sodas and green teas in it, and energy drinks and beer. Well, they'll have a separate section for the beer so they can throw a drapery over it until 5 p.m. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a bit quirky. It's like you're trying to tell the alcoholics in the area what time they can have their GTs. Not sure what that is. Place to park your car in the shade, I guess. That's an air-conditioned place. Big market, place to sell your bananas. Lots of stalls in behind there as well. The reason I avoid those stalls and going through and saying, oh, that looks like this and this looks like that, and I think this is this and that's that, I have no clue. Okay, I have no clue. I can recognize dragon fruit, avocado, mangoes. I already mentioned bananas. Okay, well, that's about it. But there's like so many leafy vegetables that all have special names and special places on the menu and in various dishes. And then the peppers. Well, there's green ones and red ones. I don't know what else to call them. But I avoid them anyway because they're like they just burn a hole right through my mouth. So what's the point? Except to prove I don't have baby tongue. Sabadi. Well, I got a baby tongue, okay? First to admit it. If it doesn't really add to the flavor or bring out the characteristic of some other constituents in the dish, then what is the bloody point of peppers? Ah. Rice out there. There's some more Lao hammer and sickle signage, flaggage. Buddhist temple. Can't see the roof of anything. Oh, there it is back there. Out in the middle of nowhere yesterday. I was climbing this hill, so I was going, you know, pretty damn slow. And written in English on this big sign was Laos' first super mall. I kid you not, they're building a shopping mall out wherever that was, nowhere near a large population center. So maybe they're getting a head start on being in the suburbs. I don't know. Well, it wasn't completed. Parking lot was, you know, curbed out, and the outer shell was up with windows, so it was contained. I just don't know what the degree of progress was on the inside with all the fixtures and electrical and whatnot. But yeah, Laos' first super mall. And if you've seen those standalone Best Buy stores, it's a little bit smaller than that. But I mean, when you're the first mall, you might as well call yourself the super mall, right? Lock that down. Okay, this is the river. I'm gonna go to this. say this is the Namlik River. And we're at Phon Sivan already. Maybe. That was about, good morning, Psycho. We were about, or it's about halfway between Talat and Khang Han, where it started this morning. So I'd like to see some signage that has like the name of the village or town on it. Somebody watching this that can read Lao can just jump in the comments and say, yeah, I saw that store back there with wait a minute, with the name of the town on it, and it's this, and just put it there in English so everybody benefits. So there's an Amazon Coffee just up the road, 2,200 meters. Ban Wang Kao, also straight ahead, and Talat to the left. What? All right. But I mean, what's 200 meters, right? 200 meters. That ain't nothing. 2,000 meters, 12% grade. That's something. 200 meters, even most of it downhill, ain't nothing. Oh, they sell computers and such, so that's not them. Let's see, it was supposed to be only a 5-iron away. There it is. I'm gonna park in the shade the way smart guys do it. I know it's like 50,000 kip for a cup of coffee, but it's pretty damn good coffee. All right, I'll shut you down. Okay, we're now in Talat. There's a post office in here. Oh, wait a minute. Administration Bureau, District, Vientiane Province. Total sanitation and open defecation free district. See, now that's something to brag about. Now we're gonna head across the bridge. This is the Nam Mung River that flows into the Nam Mung Reservoir. Oh, and this guy's gonna pass. Okay, you're a very important person, sir. Okay, I'll just take up the middle of the bridge then. Supposed to be a resort along here that I wanted to have a look at. Now here comes another guy. Okay, scrape those rims, buddy. Get that restaurant. this is a big guest house. Whoa. Oh, you made it. Good for you. Convenience stores. One shop after another. Another restaurant. Good doggy. There's something up there. Sang Sirang's village. House for rent. This probably stretches back for quite a ways. We're actually heading west right now. So eventually we're going to run into the big lake or reservoir. Oh, I should turn on the translator. Another guy in a truck with, you know, loudspeakers on there. I don't know if he was calling the faithful to prayer or what, but we'll head down to, looks like there's a, that's probably the lake down over there. But I can't do with one hand and brake at the same time and avoid right-of-way situations. So we'll pick it up. So this looks like the police office of Kyo Uram district. Controlling, preventing, and solving the drug problems are the obligation, duty, and responsibility of all regions in the district. That's an impressive police station, I gotta tell you. Kind of looks a bit deserted though. Hey buddy. So we're just going to head down around. This is the river over here, the Namgumma River that feeds into the reservoir. Maybe it flows out of the reservoir. I'm not sure. But there's a bunch of cool villages and lots of scenery, and I just passed the road repair crew, so we got fresh tar and gravel, not the least bit packed down or anything, but I mean it's something, okay? Somebody's making an effort. And this is kind of an offshoot or a side road or secondary route to Highway 10. That goes down to Vientiane. Well, this one joins back up with it, so it's about somewhere around the noon hour now. So I figure we'll just pedal about, you know, this pace for about the next 4 hours and see what there is to see, find a guest house, and tomorrow morning we'll Monday morning we'll head into Vientiane. Now then, do I go up or do I go straight? Do I go up or I go straight? Let's see what Google says. Google says stay on the pavement. Well, Google didn't say that, but If she had any feelings for me whatsoever, she'd say stay on the pavement. We're already in the granny gear, so I'll just concentrate on pedaling in a circle. And before you know it, an 8% grade is nothing. Now when you got a nice steady 4%er right here, I hear voices off to the right and karaoke to the left. Alright, looks like a long, slow climb. We'll pick it up later. So I was almost at the top of this 3 kilometer 9 or 10%er, and I pulled over in the shade of those trees over there. Then I looked to my right, and there's this big rock on a plinth. Well, it's not the only one. There's another one over there, and there's one kind of just leaning, and a couple more over here. And anyway, when I got into this this big flat spot, I looked across the valley, and there's like a Dutch windmill, and they're cranking out the tunes. I don't know where they're from, Chinese folk songs or something. But yeah, like, as far as I know, these are called erratics. You know, like just kind of dropped here by the glacier that melted away and, you know, formed this valley. But yeah, it's definitely a geological anomaly. So we're going to press on. That's called, by the way, that Dutch windmill over there is called the Khang Han Valley Resort. I'm going to stop in there and see if they got anything to eat, because I haven't had breakfast yet. You know, last night's dinner turned me off so much. I wasn't really hungry this morning. But look at this thing. It's, oh, the plinth is easily 4 meters. Maybe 5 meters wide and 2 meters high, and then the big rock is again about 2 meters high and at least 3 meters wide. I mean, you know, diagonally. So we can get back on the bike and charge up this hill, because right over by the beer Laos sign that you can barely see because, you know, wide angle and all that. Oh, there's all kinds of windmills over there. All right, cool. Pick it up. Okay, we're here at the Khang Han Valley Resort that I spotted from those rocks where I was cooling off. Decided to order some lunch, and yeah, it's quite a place. The top of this pass. Well, he wants me to sit outside into one of these tents, and he's going to bring my food. And there's the music that's disturbing the peace. Hey, buddy. This is the table I've chosen. And I could hear, I didn't know if it was a bunch of kids laughing, or turns out it was kids laughing, except they're little baby goats. Climbing around. Yeah. There's the river down there. Not sure what those are. Maybe pigeons? Might be pigeons. Who knows? Put it in the comments if you know what those are. So, yeah. Some spring rolls and a beer for lunch, and then we'll go look for that next homestay that's a little bit closer to Vientiane. Okay, it's a bit kitschy and all that, but it's really some place. I mean, just to level off this entire area and grow grass. I mean, this is actual grass that they have to mow, not just call the goats up from the valley. But it's 650,000 kip for one night to sleep in, you know, one of these little A-frames. I guess that's the Dutch dream. So we're gonna get back on the road and head to the next guest house down Highway 10. See. Okay, we made it to the Science and Botany Park. Up here at the top of this this mountain. Let me tell you, it was a climb. It was a climb and a bit. It's only just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're gonna have a roll around here and have a look.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay, thank you, Google. Man in a Red Bull Racing jersey told me there's a cafe and gift shop, as you would expect. It looked like there was some kind of observatory over here too. Well, something with a domed roof anyway. Apologize for the jittier video, but looks like this is a handmade path. I've seen some heavy traffic. Just finished doing like a wicked fast descent before that last climb. Like I said, this Highway 10 is a lot more improved than Highway 13. Well, it could just be the proximity to the capital city as well. You know, the districts closest to Vientiane probably get a lot more funding than the ones up towards L'Anse-Bourbon. Is that the cafe? I don't know. Could be. I don't think it's observatory. Uh-oh, geese. Most of the geese I've met have really bad attitudes. whether they're protecting their goslings or not. She's another hot one today. Third day in a row without rain. So, I don't know. What do they call that? A drought around here? They start rationing their water. Somebody doing a little gardening. Gas-powered wise. Planetarium. Well, what do you know? It's got a cafe vibe to it. There's another cafe looking place up there. Hello, Sabadi. Looks like probably a self-guided tour. I think one of us deserves an ice cream. No, it's not you. So we beat the rain. It's 3:45. And yeah, it's looking good. We're at Ceylon Yen Guest House at the end of the public golf course. Pretty basic, but come on. Let's see what else we got here. What did we do today? Oh, 40.7 kilometers. That's not bad. Had a long stop at the Khang Han Resort, mountaintop resort. Go finish and save. We're gonna have to call that one cycling because there wasn't a lot of gravel segments like there is on Highway 13. This is all fairly improved highway, Highway 10. Oh, he's got the luxury suite with the TV in it. Probably mini fridge too. Let's just have a look. Oh, this one's got a TV, thick mattress, but yeah, no mini fridge. That's too bad. And what's over here? There's the upstairs. And this is probably supposed to be the office. I don't know. A little window there. Christ, who would want to work in there? So yeah, we'll wrap this up. It was a good ride. Did a little trip of the Science and Botany Park, complete with the planetarium that closed minutes after I got there. I was on my second ice cream and I looked around and oh, the doors are closed. They hung a close sign on it. So I rode up to the cafe and got a espresso, probably an Americano, I don't know. A little shot of coffee. And that got me up the next few hills and through the villages and across a big river. I think that was the Namlik River again. Just at a wider point of it. Big impressive bridge. It was also a toll booth on the other side, and so the gate came down in front of me, so I stopped and I said Sabadi, and she said go, 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 and she lifted the gate and away I went. So yeah, I'll wrap this up, get these videos edited, get the clips all unified, and upload them to YouTube as soon as I can. See ya.